All right, who's going to win this one? It's going to be Time or Rex. I think Rex is a really underrated Zerg. He's definitely a little bit outclassed here because Time has just become such a ludicrously good player. But I think this could be a lot closer than people might think. I do think Time's going to be able to take it, but we'll see. We'll see. Either way, it should be a good match. Good evening, Xerxes. Hope you're doing well as well. All right, here we go. Starting things off with a nice little ZVT. Blackburn, the first map of the day. Spawning down to the bottom left, representing Kites of Gaming. It is Time. In the blue. And his opponent, spawning down to the bottom right. It is Rex. No, he's in the blue. Time's in the red. Why did I say Time was in the blue? Very strange. Very strange. Yes. A good way to start things off here. Blackburn, one of those maps that's a little bit interesting in the sense that it feels like it is much more of a Terran map than the statistics would show. Statistics say it's pretty close to even, but it always feels like on paper it should be a good Terran map. Oh, pardon me. Now, part of what makes it a good Terran map is that if it gets to the late game, gets to a split map scenario, it is very difficult to break a Terran player. But before that point, it can be very, very doable. Roach pushes can be really good on this map. There's a lot of things. A lot of things. No, you are right about that, Kevin Melback. We don't see Ragnarok often in these weeklies. My heart says Rex, my brain says Time. Yeah. Yeah. We are going to be seeing just a standard opening so far from both players. No proxy Raxes. No scout skip. Time is going to see, yep, your hatchery finishes up at the 2-minute mark. Perfect. Ooh, he is going to go for a block on this third base. I like this a lot, specifically on Blackburn, because the Zerg, they don't want to take this pocket base. It is so difficult to hold against tank pushes. So this may force Rex to go for a bit of a 2-base play here, which is not something a lot of Zerg players are comfortable doing. You certainly can do it, but most players don't want to. Ooh, we do see the Zergling getting a little bit low. Not going to get picked off, though. It is worth noting that Time currently is on the west coast. Beautiful snipe right there on that one Zergling. Very, very nice. Grenade just gets fired out. Look at this third command center before the third hatch of the Zerg. And what is Rex going to do off this 2-base setup? He is going for a 4-queen opening, which is usually what you want to do if you want to play towards macro. You're not going to be getting any insanely fast tech, anything like that. But Rex is continuing to mine gas and has been for this whole time. So he's already up to 100 and nearly 50 gas at this point. Did he get supply blocked? He just threw down 10 drones at once. That's a lot for this point in the game. Okay, there it is. Layer comes on down. Could go 2-base Muta. Could go for a Roach Nidus all in. We'll have to see. Time is going to try and get in here and get a bit of scouting information. Rex will see this coming, and he's going to want to intercept. You do not want to give your opponent any unnecessary vision. And while the layer does get scouted, this still doesn't tell him enough. But it tells him based on the drone count that this is probably going to be macro play. And we do see 2 more gases getting thrown down. This is going to be Mutas. So it's going to be a 2-base Muta play out of Rex here. Time is going for a 2-Rax follow-up. So this is going to be a 2-1-1 off of third command center. The build that I would say TY was a big fan of. And I'd love to see a Hellbat push off of this in response to the 2-base Muta. It can deal with that extraordinarily well. Rex, gets a full scout right here. Oh, nice wall with these units at the front. Hellions not going to be able to run by. Good block right there by Rex. Very, very nice. We are seeing that Spire coming on down here. Rex will be able to pop out quite a few mutas. Now, the good thing for Time is that he still has gone for a lot of Marines in a quick stim play. So even if he doesn't go for a very, very quick Hellbat push with this, he's still going to be in a totally fine position from a tech perspective. Rex, of course, does take his third base now, and it might seem like he's way behind economically, and he's not in a great spot. Oh, drones. Oh, drones. Okay. Oof, he notices. Good, 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 good. You never want to see a player just lose because of something dumb like that. Oh, wow. Wow. He's got to know this is two-base mutant, and he's still going to get on the map with these first Marines. Now, as long as he's careful, he should be okay, and as long as he has his boost off cooldown. But he wants to get some creep spread picked off, I think, before the mutas pop out. Overlord does get picked off for free. Very nice little find for Time. There he goes. He pushes back the Queens. That was a nice maneuver. He pushes back the Queens first and then goes for the scan. He makes sure that he's actually able to clear creep instead of just willy-nilly scanning and then hoping for the best. Oh, but Rex, he could have respread the creep a lot more aggressively, and that might be because Time pushed him so far back that Rex doesn't feel comfortable doing this. Now, double Evo has not been started yet. Do we have... Okay, we do have missile turrets. Very nicely placed, in fact. One even covering pretty much all the production. This is quite nice for Time. Hellion run by setting up on the left side here. We will see a singular Marine. That's the first target of these Mutalisks. Oh god, Rex, you gotta be careful. Ooh, he might get himself trapped a little bit here. He's gonna try and go for some pickoffs. Looks like he's able to get one SCV. And that's it. It's better than nothing, as long as he keeps the mutas alive. Ooh, and he will be able to find a couple more units here. Very nice job so far. Combat Shields is done. That was actually a very successful little muta flyby. Very successful little muta flyby right there. Grabs a couple Marines, quite a few SCVs actually. Wait, did he do like a run by at oh, it looks like he did a run by at this base, potentially? Did he? Did I miss something? I think he must have, because I feel like the mutas don't have that many kills. There we go. Finally starting up the 1-1 shortly. Widow Mines are burrowing up here for Rex, and it looks like a little bit more creep spread was denied once again. So good job from Time, really keeping his opponent back. And here comes another Bane run by. Now there is a wall, but it's not full right here. There is a gap, so those Banelings can still run on in. We're going to see the missile turret getting taken down, and he'll get the reactor, which is pumping out Widow Mines. That's a very nice pickoff here. There's no second factory just yet. Ooh, Baneling's going to run by into the natural. Oh, the Widow Mines. These Banelings are still alive. Oh, Time's got to be so careful. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh. Not anywhere near as bad as I expected it to be, though. Ooh, the missile turret not going to get repaired. Rex is doing some amazing work, actually, with these mutas. He is really taking control of the game with them. Time is going to be forced all the way back, and he is going to lose so many SCVs. These mutas and Banes are getting huge work done, and Time kind of dithering in the middle of the map. He's losing so many workers. He's just going to tap out. Rex is going to take game number 1 with the Mutaling Bane play. Big win from Rex. Oh my god, that was a really nice game number 1 out of the Taiwanese Zerg player. Oh my goodness. I don't think anyone would have expected that. That is very, very impressive right there from Rex. We could be looking at a pretty big upset already. That is quite surprising. Quite surprising. Man, Rex has got to be feeling good after that one. That's a nice start. That's a very nice start. All right. We are going to be getting into game number 2 momentarily. Time getting caught off guard right there. That Bane run by really discombobulated him, it seems. Rex with a really strong showing to start things off. All right, here we go. Spawning up the top right, representing Kites Gaming. It is time for him to wake up in the red. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom left. It is Rex in the blue. Oh, man. That... there was a couple of times where Time did not get a repair on a missile turret the one time in the natural. He really just straight up lost to those mutas. They got so much work done. And Rex has got to be feeling really good about that going into game number 2. He's got to be feeling extraordinarily good about that. Hey, thank you very much, the Oracle NC, for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. Really was gone. All right, let's see what these players can do in game number 2. I wonder if Time is going to go for another 3 orbital build. He didn't really get to exert himself on the map, and it was Rex that was really in control of that game for the majority of it. Very, very surprising to see. He just looked uncomfortable against those mutas. And I didn't really show it on the observing, but you could see if you were looking at the minimap that he was really dithering back and forth with his Marines. Couldn't decide to be aggressive or defensive. Now, we do see Rex knows that whenever a Terran player is down in a series, the chance of a proxy 2 Rex is always increased. And that's a wise decision to keep this Overload a natural. Hey, thank you very much, Zombie Grub, for the raid. Really appreciate that. Rex, by the way, going for a... Is that a 27 hatch? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Okay. Rex has the lead, the 1-0 lead in this series with the unexpected build, and he is going to go for a very aggressive move here. Thank you very much for the raid, Zombie Grub. I appreciate it. Ooh, okay. Time going to be going for a non-reactor Hellion build. He did not go for a Reaper Scout. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This could be very bad for Time. Now, the cool thing about this for Time is that he's going to be having quite a few Marines here. I believe this is a Marine drop play. Zergling's not going to be able to run by. Okay, 5 roaches. Now, will this be a full commit? He's still mining gas. This could be just a I send everything at you, rally in with Lings, build Ravagers off the extra gas, and then just go. No Ling speed, it's just slow Lings and roaches. And if there's no bunker, if there's no awareness of this build, this is extremely rough to deal with. The fact that there's no Reaper is an absolute best case scenario for Rex. We might be seeing Time getting knocked out in the first round by an unsuspecting, unexpected opponent. Rex, though, I said it in the pre-game, he's a lot better than people realize. This is actually, I was just watching Pig on the Ladder earlier, and this is exactly the build that... Oh, no, it's a little bit different. Okay, we are going to see the Scout coming on in. There's no Widowmine with this build. Now, he will pull back very quickly. Okay, this is going to be really tough to deal with, though. He does have the medevac that's going to help him a lot. A lot of micro potential there with potential unit pickoffs. Unit pickups, in fact. We are going to see the roaches being adjusted very nicely here by Rex. Frostbile does get dodged, but the Hellions are getting low. That being said, oh man, he needs to be like picking up individual units right here. SCVs are going to fall. Mule has money in hand. Never want to see it expire with that. Unfortunately, it does go down. Ravager will morph on in. Time is going to morph in an additional Ravager with one of these low HP units, and he is droning so hard behind this. This is already a really tough position. Now, there's no money for the battle cruiser for Time right here. He is forced to go for the Banshee. He wants that just to hold on. And it was not a reinforcement of Zerglings. It was just a pressure. This is already putting in a lot of work. Overlords are being built here for Rex. He was a little bit supply blocked, but Time is supply blocked a hell of a lot worse. And he's about to be supply blocked once again for a long time. This is an extraordinarily tough position. Now, the battle cruiser can start up momentarily, but not until he gets that free supply. And in fact, losing units, I don't know, he's building more Hellions, so no, he's not going to be able to build this for a while until this depot shows up. Oh man, this is already such a ludicrously tough situation. Ludicrously tough situation for Time. Time is going to have to pull some absolute voodoo magic to get a comeback here. We do have a battlecruiser now starting on up. There is a Spore Crawler in each base. Ling speed being produced here. 5 queens already out. And he starts up that layer. More and more... So the one big thing that is unfortunate for Rex is that he doesn't know about the... Oh, Banshee is going to get a couple... No, it doesn't get any workers. Wow. Rex saved all of them. Very nice right there. The one thing that's unfortunate is that he doesn't know about this battlecruiser. And that could be a real problem if his queens are not in position. And he's not building that many more queens. He's only on 6. Hey, thank you so much for the raid, Pig. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. Oh, battlecruiser is going to morph in. We do have the drop coming on in. Banshee as well. He's just gunning down queens. Banshee does go down. Ooh, slow Zerglings actually getting the wraparound on these Hellions. The battlecruiser is still going to get some good work done, but this is such a big problem. Hey, thank you very much, Pig. I appreciate that. Yeah, Rex beating Time, not what anyone expected here. Zerglings are going to come across the map. There is a wall. Oh, please tell me that's a tight wall. Okay, it is. And there's a couple of Hellions behind us, so we will be fine. And it's going to be Yamato's, and that is going to be Mech. Time, he's behind against a player like Rex. And when you're behind, I think this is probably the best case scenario. I think that's the best case scenario right here for Time. Especially if your opponent doesn't see it coming for a while, and especially if they go Mutiling Bane. Now, Mutiling Bane, when you're head against Mech, and especially against Battle Mech, it can be one of those things that one good engagement from the Zerg can cause a cascading effect where you can never catch up. They just keep trading against you, and you're never able to get a big army up. Time, his teleport is back off cooldown. This battlecruiser didn't get as much done as I think it needed to. Now, on the other side of the coin, Mech is one of those compositions that can be a big comeback composition. Ooh, Hellbat drop. Well, maybe Hellbat? Maybe just Hellion. Actually, no, he doesn't have an armory, so it's just going to be Hellion. Yeah, this tourney is actually insanely stacked. It is ludicrously stacked. Okay, Rex does get the scout, sees that it's Mech. Going to start up. He is still going to go for the Mutas. Okay. Now, how many battle cruisers do we have? We have this one that just walked across the map, well, rather, flew across the map. So its teleport is still off cooldown, which is very, very crucial. Yamato does finish on up. Mutas, they're just going to try and go across the map. Oh, no. Okay, he is getting missile turrets. He is getting missile turrets. What did he scout? What did he scout? Ooh, he scouts it in the main base. We're going to see the Hellions getting some big damage done. And I don't know if this is starting to look kind of rough here for Rex. Missile turret is out. We do have the Cyclones. Teleport back going to come on in. We will see a dive on to those Cyclones, able to get them. Yamato Cannon will come on in. Missile turret's getting some good work done as well. These Mutas are going to get some okay work, but I don't think this is enough just yet. And he's going to lose a lot of the Mutas here. Oh no, he built... Was that armory supposed to be a missile turret? I think based on its location, that looks like it was supposed to be a missile turret. Yamato Cannon plus the regular fire from a BC will pick off one of those units. Oh, no lift on the depot. Now, Hellions are still going to be able to deal with this pretty effectively. Hey, thank you very much, YBTKD, for the Prime sub. Appreciate it very much. I'm starting to like Time's position a lot more in this game. Now, he still doesn't have this... He's not like... The game isn't his. He's not winning per se, but he's certainly back into it. And Mutalisks versus BCs are not a fun setup. Now, the Mutas will have +1 attack very shortly, and they are going to be able to get into the main this time. Look at that. He just puts the armory next to it. Just because. Will be double armory mech. No additional factories just yet. He's only on 3. And his economy has been in such a poor state for so much of this game that I think it's the right call. I think it's a great way to try and come back. I'm pretty impressed with Time, though. He is coming back in this game for sure. But he's still going to have to weather a few more assaults. After the Cyclones went down, by the way, he switched back into heavy mech. No more Cyclones. He's building Thors. He's building more tanks. He's still building battle cruisers, which I think is a great decision against the Mutas. There we go. He is going to show these VCs. Yamato Cannon, 1, 2, 3, 4 Corruptors go down. He is going to take down some Queens as well. He says, I don't need to teleport back home just yet. You don't have the firepower quite to deal with this. And now he teleports out. Not going to micro them individually. He just wants them at home for the Mutas. But, oh, how many tanks did he just lose? He just lost like 3 or 4 tanks. And that's actually going to make things very difficult right here. But killing those Corruptors is actually very big, because now there might not be enough anti-air for Rex to break through. Specifically because Time has continued to build BCs here. Oh, thank you very much for the 50 USD right there from the Oracle NC. Holy crap, really appreciate it. Prosopiles are going to come on in. This is the big timing for Zerg. Prosopiles on the battle cruisers will get avoided. And yeah, there's just not enough anti-air here for Rex. Oh man, this is starting to look like a big turnaround. All the Mutas, they're going to dive on that tank. They will get it, but all but 2 of them fall. We've now seen 19 Mutas go down, and I think at least 7 or 8 of them were just now. And resources lost is heavily in favor of Time. 14 more Corruptors coming on in, but at this point, Yamato's back off cooldown. Teleport is going to be back off cooldown for basically all the BCs. Repair is coming on in. It's these battle cruisers that are keeping Time in this game 100%. And now we've got Megfield Accelerator that was delayed a lot, and that was the decision from Time, not a mistake. He delayed it because he didn't feel that his opponent had the Corruptor count in order to counter those BCs. Ooh, tanks are going to friendly fire a little bit here, and actually we're going to see one of the tanks going down right there. Missile turret, would love to see a repair on that, but of course he is being attacked on the left side. Rex is running out of... he's running out of minutes to make this happen with this composition. And we are going to see the Corruptors coming on in. Yamatos will get fired on out. Now, he will lose one of these. Actually, he's good. Oh my god, that BC survives with literally 3 HP. But he is still going to lose that BC. He teleported it nowhere near far enough away. And the other 2 BCs weren't far enough away either. Oh, no mass repair coming on. He's going to lose all the BCs. And that is a big advantage gone. And now we might even see these Corruptors just go for a big set of caustic sprays. This game is not over yet. Yeah, there was no Cyclones to protect those BCs from underneath. Even though we had the Megfield Accelerator, this could still get out of hand. That was the really last big timing, I would say, for Rex before he needed to transition to the Hive. And he is starting to transition to the Hive now. We do have the tanks. They're kind of all separated on out, but is there enough roaches to break through? I don't think so. The Widow Mines are actually doing an amazing job, and this Roach Ravager army is going to get cleared out. Now, he does trade against a lot of Time's tanks. Time is still not in a comfortable position here. He is still not... He hasn't stabilized on that big mech composition just yet. He's up to 83 workers, which is great. Rex, ooh, scan comes on in, sees that the Hive is on the way. I love these scans, by the way. He wants to see, first of all, if there's more roaches being built, and if there's more roaches being rallied across the map, and second of all, if the Hive is done yet. Ooh, we are going to see the lock-ons coming on in, and you can see how quickly those roaches go down to the lock-ons. They get that double damage versus armored. It only takes, what, like five ticks or something? It's very quick how fast they go down. I like this little makeshift wall from Time. He knows that he's still under extreme duress. Oh, we are going to see a scan coming on down. Ravagers will morph on in, but he will get the kill on 3 of them there. Fresh Ravagers, very nice. Really nice job right there. Here we go, another attack coming on in. Not a lot of tanks for Time. Those Widow Mines, once again, kind of have to be MVPs a little bit, but they haven't done what they needed to just yet. That Thor on the left side has 17 kills, by the way. Ooh, Hellbat's taking some big hits. Banelings are going to connect on some of the Hellbats. A little bit of a disjointed fight, and still Time holds on. He's been on the ropes all game, but the bell has not rung yet. He is still alive and kicking, and his mech upgrades are really looking good now. He's on 2-2, +3 weapons is about to finish. Meanwhile, we've only got 1-1-1 for Rex. His upgrades are piss poor in comparison, but Broodlord transition is going to be in effect. We've got a Raven now for Time. Ooh, Gross Files will find a couple of those frontline tanks. They weren't defended enough, and I don't blame Time, but he is now up to this point where he's got the great composition. Or, well, he's got the great upgrades, he's got the great production, and he just needs to survive a little bit longer. For a moment there, he was pumping out 5 tanks at a time. There we go, 5 tanks at a time. That is the kind of thing that if he can secure this 5th base, things get a lot more difficult here for Rex. We are going to see Banelings rolling on forward. They will connect on the Hellbats and tank a lot of fire. And a lot of tanks still are going down for Time, and I don't know that he's going to be able to secure this base. Ooh, that one tank surviving for quite a bit longer than it should have. And all of a sudden, Rex losing a lot of that Roach Ravager towards the end of that fight. It is still acceptable losses for the Zerg, and he's got a huge bank. And he's got 31 Larva. What is he? Okay, 6 Broodlords coming on in, and there's no Thors. Oh, these Broodlords may be the nail in the coffin. If he even gets out 2 Thors, maybe even 3, I think he survives these Broods, but this is looking very difficult. We've had Rex steadily pushing this one lane of creep up towards this 5th base. And there we go. Ooh, did Time scan the Greater Spire? No, but he knows that Thors are going to be necessary very soon. And he is starting one up. He's still... Well, actually, did he build another battlecruiser? Yeah, he did. Oh, he's building another one right now. And it will have +3 armor, and there's no Corruptors on the field, save for just 4. So a battlecruiser can actually do quite well right here. We're going to see this siege coming on in. Time needs to retreat, and he will Yamato down one of the Broodlords. That's very nice. But it means he can't take down the Corruptors just yet. Thors are coming out on mass. We're also going to see, oh man, why is he crashing these tanks? The Broodlords are going to do their job, but you need to let them. And he's going to lose all of his ground army. That's going to mean that the Thors and Cyclones, as they pop out, they're going to be able to get some good work done here. And Time is going to hold once again. Yamato Cannon will come on in. Will grab a high health Broodlord right there. And I think that might have been Rex. He hasn't thrown this game yet, but that is going to make things a lot more difficult. Hellbats coming in. They get a kill on the bottom right side base. Very nice job from Time right there, keeping his opponent a little bit occupied. And now the bank of Rex is completely spent. Thors are out there. 3-3 Thors in just a moment. For now, 3-2. These Broodlords only on +2 attack. And the Broodlings themselves only on 1-1. I think this is the moment where Time stabilizes, though. Ooh, Zerglings are coming in on the right side. They're going to find a good number of SCVs. Rex has just been battering and battering and battering Time. But Time has now secured a 6th base. And I am really starting to favor Time's position a lot more in this game. 3-3 Thors absolutely annihilate Broodlords. They absolutely destroy them. And we're even going to see anti-armor missile coming on in. Oh my god. As if Broodlords didn't have a tough enough time against Thors. Now there is +3 air weapons done in just a moment here for Rex. And he did finish up his +2 missile, +2 melee. But yeah, Time. What an amazing, miraculous set of holds he's pulled off. But I gotta say, Rex running in with that Roach Ravager into the big tanks. Didn't need to do it. Look at all these Thors right here. We're going to see Roach Ravager on the left side, but it's all choked up. This is not going to work out at all for Rex, and he is going to get pushed back. The mighty 3-3 Thor, one of the strongest units in the game, is starting to make itself felt. We're going to see Banelings rolling on forward, doing almost nothing. Battlecruiser will get picked off, but now these Corruptors are paperweights. And this is looking suddenly so good for Time. The resources lost is massive. absolutely massive difference right here. It doesn't matter how many bases you have as Rex if you can't fight the Mech army, and I don't think he can. Ooh, we're going to see Lings coming on in. There's no Hellbats here. This could be a very good fight. But look at the Roach Ravager. It melts. It doesn't matter what the Lings are doing. Well, as I say that, they are going to take down a lot of these units. But Time, I think he's broken Rex at this point. Rex has no bank. He's building 17 Roaches. They're 2-1 Roaches versus 3-3 Thors and tanks. The rally of the Mech player. Ooh, Caustic Spray is going to come on in. It will be able to force Time... to stop mining, I guess. The thing is, the Master Repair will actually just barely not out-heal this, but it's going to buy enough time for the Megfield Accelerator Cyclones to come back. Roach is going to try and get in on top of these tanks. Will be able to get... Actually, no, he can't quite get them cleaned up. There we go. A couple more reinforcements coming on in. Spine's buying a little bit of time against these 4 Thors, but I think if Time is just going to click down his hatchery... Well, actually, he's got reinforcements coming on in. He doesn't even need to click it down. He'll just win the fight, and he's just going to win the rally. Time, what a comeback in game number 2. My God, he was, by all accounts, looking dead as a doornail when those Broodlords showed up. But Rex gave him just a little bit of life, and Time has shown us his quality. 22,000 resources lost difference. If this were me, I gotta tell you, folks, I would be mauling. But Time, he manages to make this happen, and Rex, he's below 100 supply. There's nothing he can do at this point. He's gonna fight on for a little bit longer. He doesn't want to give this one up, but it is being wrenched out of his hands. When you feel like you're ahead for such a long time, it's so difficult to tap out and just throw in the towel after a game like this. And there we go. Finally, GG is going to get called. Let's get the final tally. 22,020 resources lost difference. What a comeback from Time. And once again, thank you so much for the raid. Everybody, really appreciate it. Both Zombie Grub and Pig. Really appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. Oh, I didn't notice that. Nexus Core Limited. That's cute. I like that. I like that name. All right, next up, Time, Rex, game number 3. Oh. Okay, thank God. Whew. Yeah, 3-3 Thors are nothing to mess around with. They will ruin your whole day. They will ruin your whole day. Man, we are so lucky to get some of these brackets we do. Winner of this will go on to face Trap, and then the winner of that will go on to face the winner of Dark and Classic. This is such a ridiculously stacked bracket. What does dead as a doornail mean? Actually, there's a long story about that. It actually is related to the fact that building doors in, I guess, what would that be, like 16th, 17th, 18th century, you use these heavy iron nails, these heavy nails that were like super wide, super thick. And what they would do is, in order to secure them into the door, they would smash them in, and then they would bend the nail, and that would deaden it, and that's where the term dead as a doornail comes in. And they were so valuable, nails at that point, because smithing was such a premium, that they would, let's say a house burned down, they would literally salvage the nails. Yeah, it's a fun fact, now you know. All right, here we go, spawning down in the bottom left, representing Kites of Gaming. It is Time. In the red. And his opponent, spawning up at the top right. It is the Taiwanese player, Rex. In the blue. He was so close. He was so close, but it was such a Razor's Edge comeback, a brilliant comeback out of time. God, that was beautiful right there. And I gotta say, I was not feeling too well just before this bracket, but I am very glad that I persevered, pushed through, and now we're here. All right, time. This time, well, this game, he is gonna go for a Reaper Scout. Well, not just a Reaper Scout. He's going for an SCV Scout. He's going for a Reaper opening. In game number 2, no Reaper opening, no follow-up Scout to check if it was Roaches, and he ended up really behind. Really, really behind. Rex, he had a massive advantage in this series. Even the Battlecruiser Banshee, like Hellion Marine follow-up didn't get much done. Rex was in a big lead going into the mid and late game. Well, mid-game, I would say. You feel like Broodlords can do pretty decent damage versus Thors? They can. They can. Where Broodlords are actually good versus Thors is when you introduce both Vipers and Infestors. Infestors with the Neuroparasite, and Vipers with the either Abducts or Blinding Clouds. And if you can do Blinding Cloud Fungal against Thors will get absolutely annihilated because they literally can't even shoot. They can't shoot at all, and you kill them. Like it's the Broodlords are just like free firing. But if it's straight up Thors versus straight up Broods, the Thors win on a ridiculous state. All right, we are going to be seeing a much more standard opening from Time this game. The first couple games were kind of... I mean, game 1 was still pretty standard. Hey, thank you very much for the Prime resub there, Shift, at 10 months. Welcome back, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope life is good. We are going to see the Zergling coming on in. Lift. Okay, he does get the lift. And he sees something researching, doesn't know exactly what it is. Meanwhile, we do have a little bit of harass coming on in. No pickoffs, though. Will be a Cloaked Banshee opener. And given how the first 2 games went, Cloaked Banshee makes way too much sense to not go for it. Way too much sense. Like, Rex has been... well, at least in game number 2, very aggressive with that Roach play. We're going to see the Overlord Scout. The thing is, Rex, I mean, you should be able to infer that this is Cloak, but you can't know for sure. He doesn't know exactly what this is. This could have been an extremely fast stim, or it could even be a bluff. So the fact that Time does a good job of denying scouting. Hold that thought. We are going to see the couple of drones getting picked off. Nice job right there from Time. Just darts in, takes a bit of pot shots from the Queens, but gets basically 2 free drones. Very nice. Oh, and even going to clip away at this creep. Good work, good work. Oh, actually getting a coincidental creep tumor right there. Very nice. Very fortunate. We are going to see Rex playing the, I would say, greediest Zerg opener right here, which is the double Evo before Lair or Baneley Nest or anything like that. Banshee does come on in, gets a singular drone as the Spore Crawler was repositioning. But Rex didn't skip those spores, wasn't playing greedy, just had to reposition it. So he's not going to take too much damage. Yeah, the biggest advantage right here is, yeah, when Zerg gets this 1-1 before the Terrans 1-1. That's always a nice situation. And Rex's drone count is already looking very, very solid. That being said, I'm still liking Time's position in this game. Mostly because in an even game, I do favor him. We are going to see these Banshees coming on in. We'll be able to grab a couple of drones. Already getting 4 drones right here at this base, kind of taking advantage of this high ground, the architecture of the map. And now he's going to find drones on the transfer. Getting another 3, 4, 5 drones and a 6th. Wow. These Banshees are really getting some big work done. And now I'm starting to really like Time's position a lot more. Oh, and they're just dancing between the natural and main now. Banshees, 13 kills between them. 15 drones have already fallen, and this is a lot of damage to take. Oh no! The Spore Crawler was unburrowed right there, and he's going to lose another drone. Now, fortunately, the target fire was all split up because the Banshees, well, they wanted to stay safe. And they were out of energy for cloaks, so they weren't going to be able to do anything despite the lack of detection anyways. Widow Mines are going to be hitting the field first, so Time is not going for tanks. Creep spread for Rex is quite nice, but Time, he's going to be able to pick that off with a scan, getting 7 Creep Tumors, pushing this back quite far. Banelings will take down that one Widow Mine, though. Time to target fire on the Banelings. And we are going to see a cleanup from Rex. He's got the queen count here to push this back, so good job. But I'm really liking Time's position. It's going to be Mutals once again. Oh, that's very unfortunate. You never want to lose those fresh rebuilt Creep Tumors, especially because the Creep, it's going to dissipate very soon, and he's going to lose all. So he had progress out to like here, and now he loses all of it. Well, I mean, a little bit of it will be recovered by these Creep Tumors in the back. Banshees in the main, once again, looks like they grab a little bit of damage. We are going to see a nice little run by of Zerglings. And 2-2 does start up here for Rex. But Time will deal with this. We are seeing more and more creep getting pushed back. Bane Speed is going to finish up in the middle of this fight, but the Hellbats are going to tank this, and even a couple of them survive. Time will be forced away. Oh, and meanwhile, on the other side, the base gets picked off. Rex, unfortunately, not able to split his army effectively enough. And Time, he is starting to come online a little bit here in this game. Great turnaround. It looks like maybe he was just a little bit, maybe, you know, exhausted first game of the day or first game of the tournament on Blackburn. Game number 2 found himself behind, was able to recover. Ooh, as I say that, though, big Baneling connection is going to come on in. He was getting counterattacked. Rex is doing some great work with the counterattacks. The problem is, well, I mean, he's got his own 2-2. There's no second factory just... Okay, no, he does have the second factory. Hasn't started up the Drilling Claws upgrade just yet. Now, with the slight nerf to Drilling Claws, Mutiling Bane is a little bit more viable once again, which is good. I think it's very important that, you know, multiple compositions are viable for all the races. And I will defend that. I will die on that hill. Ooh, Mutalisks does go down on the rally, trying to look for a little bit of damage. He will find... Actually, no, he doesn't find any SCVs, I don't think, right there. Okay, now he's going to find a few in the main base. Missile turret's not quite built yet. How many mutas did he lose? 2 mutas, though. That's... You don't really want to be trading with this composition. Now, if you can distract... Muta, he's going to go down to the turret. Oh, and the Baneling getting some huge connections right there. Not going to be able to... or pardon me, the Widowmine getting some huge connections right there. Baneling's not able to get what they need to done. Now, 2-2 is done for Rex. And if he can take a fight where it's 2-2 versus 1-1 and before the Drilling Claws upgrade is done, Time could find himself in a lot of trouble. Widowmine does get taken out. Both of them actually going to go down before they burrow. And the Zergling's doing very well because it's 2-2 versus just 1-1. Time, oh man, yeah, he cannot fight here. He's going to be forced all the way back. And Rex, he's going to take a lot of map control at this point. Very nice job from Rex. Now, Rex is kind of in a pseudo all-in position. He's only on 67 drones. And Time does finish up his 2-2 just in the nick of himself. Ooh, Widow Mines. Oh, actually not going to go off. Oh, and does connect on the mutas there. I'm starting to really like Time's position here. Rex, he did about as well as he could have, but he was in an all-in state, and the mutas and lings not going to be enough to break through here. Time has enough Marines to hold on against the reinforcing mutas. Now, the Widowmine count is still very low. The thing is, Rex can absolutely drone out of this and be in, even I would say, a good position. But he's refusing to do so. We are going to see a couple, I think, 1 mule and a couple SCVs maybe getting sniped, but it does cost him another muta. Resources lost is massively in favor of Time. Now, Rex's big advantages are his creep spread. They are his, I mean, his muta count isn't even that high. It's decent, though. His upgrades were good, but his drone count wasn't high. Like, I think the biggest advantage right there, nice job to bait out that Widowmine. Ooh, going a little bit too far forward. Marines will be forced to pick up into the medevacs, and the Widowmines do get another Muta right there. Not going to get cleared up. Meanwhile, Marines going to the top side, going to be able to pick off even more drones. And now Time's worker count is way higher than Rex's. He's up 11 workers on his opponent. We are going to be seeing the Zerglings trying to get in on top of these Widowmines. Widowmine, oh, he almost took them all out, but will go down. This one for a little bit adventurous. He's going to get pulled back, and these Mutas, they are, taking some big shots right there. Thor already picks off one of them. And a double drop on the right side. This, I guess, remnant from earlier is going to get pushed into the main base, but the Mutas can't be everywhere at once. And they kind of need to be right now. But, oh, man, they do not want to fight just pure stim 2-2 bio. That is not a good time. Lings will come in, but this is still going to be a lot of dead Mutas right here. Time actually targeting down the Mutas. Meanwhile, the 5th base going down once again for Rex, and Time, he has fully taken control of this game, more than double the resource efficiency, and he is, well, I don't know what Rex can do at this situation. Like, he doesn't have a good worker count. He doesn't have the ability to fight against 3-3 upgraded bio. He doesn't have a big army. He doesn't have a big Muta count. And Time, a stressful series for him in game number 1. But I think that he has done what he's needed to do. Great splits already coming on in. Ling Bane once again trying to get some big work done, but the Widow Mine is just devastating. And that is going to be the final hold, the final attempt from Rex to hold on here, but it's just not enough. He just doesn't have the units. He doesn't have what he needs to. Now the medevac count from Time does make his supply look a lot higher than it actually is, but they are going to mean that each individual Marine has their own heal buddy. Oh, great splits right there from Time. These Thors still surviving throughout all of this. Rex holding on valiantly, but it is only a matter of time as he takes game number 3. I almost timed that perfectly. I almost had it, but not quite. I was just about a second too early for that one. Mutas are definitely Rex's strong suit. It's just that they're not that good when the Terran is well prepared for them. So the only time that Mutas are good in a macro game is when you're on like 90, 95 drones. And you've got map control, you're sniping bases, you're able to get up into +1 and then +2 on them. Anytime the Terran moves out, you're coming in, you're sniping production, you're sniping SCVs, you're sniping missile turrets, you're like the medevacs are coming back home to try and deal with the Mutas, and you're picking off medevacs on the way. It's tough. It's very tough.